The Equipment Setup Wizard walks you through the initial steps of setting up your machine. First, you will have to specify how many machines are connected to the touch panel. The touch panel is capable of operating 2 sets of equipment. Most situations will require you to select only one machine. If you select 2 machines, an option appears that allows you to specify whether the 2 machines is actually one cabinet connected to 2 different spouts. FlavorBurst offers some split machines where the first 4 flavors dispense to one spout, such as ice cream, and the last 4 flavors would send flavoring to the second spout, which could also be ice cream, or could be shake, slush, etc. If this is your setup, then you'd want to check this box. Depending on whether you selected 1 machine or 2 machines, you will be given various options throughout the rest of the setup wizard. First, you will need to specify the type of product from the drop-down list that will be dispensed from the machine or machines. Once you've made your selections, touch the Go to Step 2 button in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. If you've selected more than 1 machine, then you will be taken to a screen that asks you some questions regarding your specific setup. If you have only 1 machine attached to this touch panel, the screen is not displayed, and you can ignore the next set of instructions. Certain machine combinations will allow you to dispense product through the same spout. For example, you can connect 2 8-flavor soft-serve FlavorBurst machines to the touch panel and dispense flavor through only one spout. In other situations, you can send the flavors to 2 separate spouts. Choose whatever is appropriate for your specific setup. If you choose same spout, you will be asked if the flavors should be layered or dispensed simultaneously. Most situations require layering, but there are certain instances where you would want to dispense from each machine simultaneously. One example would be the use of a flavoring machine to dispense syrup and a crunchy cream machine to dispense candies simultaneously with the syrup. Once you've proceeded to the next screen, you will have the ability to specify instructions telling the operator where to place the container when dispensing. You simply type it in. It is also helpful here to specify what type of product is being dispensed. For example, if you have a 2-spout system, you can specify ice cream-left in the first text box and yogurt-right in the second text box. More text boxes will be available if you have chosen to display instructions in more than one language. Otherwise, you can simply proceed to the next screen. This next screen is very similar to the previous screen. It allows you to specify what type of product is being dispensed. You would simply type something in like ice cream, frozen yogurt, smoothies, FCB, whatever you want here. This is particularly useful when 2 machines are connected to the touch panel. It tells the operator what is being dispensed from each spout. The final screen allows you to specify to which ports you have attached your equipment. By default, ports A for the pumps and C for the injector are connected. However, in the case of hardware failure on a specific port, the technician can simply swap ports and execute the Equipment Setup Wizard to utilize the other half of the control board. In other words, redundancy is built into the board. The next question asks you about what type of switch will be used to activate the FlavorBurst machine. There are 2 hardwired switch ports on the touch panel. If you are connecting a wire from the switch on the freezer directly to one of these ports, you simply need to select either switch port 1 or switch port 2. If you're using one of the wireless switch transmitters, select one of the wireless options. The wireless switch transmitters can send a signal on various frequencies. By default, they transmit on wireless switch 1. The only reason to change the frequency is if you have other equipment which interferes with the signal, or if you have multiple wireless switch modules being used in the same store. At this point, you can simply touch Finish Equipment Setup to complete the process. You have now set up your machine.